Dear Omg Kon, why do you smell so bad? What is going on YouTube? Kon here, and it's finally time for me to get around to answering your questions. I know it took me 30,000 eternities to make this video. Chillax! I'm here right now. We're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna answer a handful of questions that I got on my Q&A AMA video that I uploaded onto YouTube maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I'm not gonna probably get to all of them in one video. I'm gonna try to get to most of them, and we'll kind of go from there, and maybe I'll make a few more based on the questions I got in that first video. So here we go. First question, are you a mermaid girl? Yes. Can't you tell by my hair? I'm a mermaid girl now. Duh. Apple Arcade 120 asks, where did you get your DDR machine? So this has a little bit of a funny story behind it. My most recent DDR machine actually was in the movie theater above Round 1, the Round 1 that I work at in Chicago. And the reason why I was able to find this machine, it was listed on the Killer List of Video Games forum, KLOV. If you just search for KLOV forum, you'll find it, KLOV forum. You have to make a donation to join, but make that donation because you will find killer deals on video games, video arcade games, so definitely worth your time. But there was a guy that just had the machine. He tried to convert to in the groove, couldn't get it working, and he just wanted to sell the machine because it was taking up a lot of space in his garage. He didn't pay much for it. He paid $50 as well, and he just didn't want to deal with trying to fix it anymore and just wanted the space very, very badly. I messaged him on the website. He didn't reply to me immediately, so I just did a complete Google search, tried to find him, found his MySpace page, found his Facebook page, reached out to him on both, and was able to actually get in touch with him. And I let him know I'd buy the machine the next day. And I think 2 days went by, I picked up a rental truck and picked it up. And that's how I got the $50 DDR machine. It's odd that it's like, it was so close to me. And I didn't even realize that machine was like from the movie theater above Round 1 until like months afterwards. It was kind of crazy. The Capital Falcon asks, has working in the arcade industry affected your interest in rhythm games and arcade games in general? If so, in what way? This is kind of an interesting question. It kind of has affected me in several ways. For one, because I'm always in the arcade itself, the atmosphere kind of plays on you a little bit differently when you get off work and you want to play games. The big thing is like you're exhausted. You just worked 8 or 9 hours. And you're just like, oh my god, I'm so exhausted. I don't want to be here anymore. So for like the first month or so of working at Round 1 specifically, it wasn't as bad at Under the Big Top just because I wouldn't work as many hours there, and I would go on my days off to play DDR usually. But anyways, with Round 1, because I'm working so many hours in any day that I work, I would be exhausted and just say, you know, maybe I don't want to play Beatmania today. Maybe I don't want to play Sound Voltex today. So in that way, you know, it has played on me. I know people will come to Round 1, they'll spend like an entire night there. Like they'll play for 6 hours, as many days of the week that they can come there. I limit myself. I only play one game after work, and that's Sound Voltex. I play 3 rounds of it, and then I'm out the door. And if there is a line for the game, I will play it once and I will leave. If there's more than 3 people in line, I don't play and I leave. So those are kind of like my rules for playing after work, unless there's like some super duper update that I'm really excited about. That'll be how I kind of dictate if I stay or not and for how long. As far as how it has affected me like in rhythm games and my interests, it's played on me a lot because it's like I'm so close to being like with the people that decide to import these games and stuff like that. It's like I want to reach out to them all the time and be like, come on, can we buy this game? Can we buy this game? Come on, it'll be so much fun. Don't you want the money? Blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, no. Slow down. There's a million different parts to this process. We can't have every single game that you want. And it's not all about you. It's about the success of the business and appealing to everyone. So more recently, like I haven't been like exactly recommending music games. I've been recommending other games to Round 1. I definitely was one of the the people to recommend Sound Voltex to round one. I kept saying, this is going to be a very successful game. I don't think you guys realize how big of a following this game has in America. I don't think you guys understand how easy it would be to license this game because it's mostly internet tracks. And I think that kind of like pushed them more towards getting this game, and then they eventually imported it. And then some other games that I suggested and we ended up getting was Chabudai, which is the table flipping game, and Music Gun Gun. Those were other games I also recommended, and I don't know if it's because I actually put up a convincing argument that we actually got those games, or if it was just because like they were in the warehouse and they're just like, just bring it over, let's try it out. But it's kind of weird that those were like the first 3 games I recommended, and we ended up getting them eventually at some of the locations. So in that regard, very, very interesting to be working with round one in the arcade industry, because there's ways that I can affect it, like putting amps on music games, like now other stores are going to be doing it, making manuals for like how to set up games. Like I feel like I'm an important asset to round one and what is the arcade industry, just kind of like evolving and improving the cabinets for American use. Spiara asks, what's your favorite DDR version? That is a really tough one for me. I really, really like DDRX2. I really, really like DDR4 Mix Plus, and I really, really, really like DDR Extreme. Those are my top picks. I also really, really like DDR Max because of the Dance Mania Fantasia songs, and that's, all 4 of those are really, really hard to choose from, but it's going to be one of those 4 games. I don't have a specific favorite, so you're just going to have to take that into account, that it's going to be one of those 4. Those are my top 4 DDR games. Second Heaven asks, what do you like and dislike about the round 1 you were transferred to? Also, I think I saw you at round 1 once, but I was too scared to say hi. Well, it's okay to say hi to me. There's a lot of people that are actually pretty scared to talk to me. I can actually hear them sometimes talking, and they're just like, I think that's Omg Kon over there. And then they don't really say anything. I feel like, it's whatever. I'm more than happy to talk to you guys. Like, you can come say hi, you can come talk to me. I'm not gonna kill you or anything, or be like, get out round 1. So, what do I like and dislike about this round 1? The one thing I really do enjoy about this round 1 is the size. It is the biggest round 1 in North America to date, and I work at the smallest round 1 in America to date. The Chicago store is the smallest, and this Texas store in Grapevine Mills is the largest so far. In that regard, I'm really enjoying it. It's giving me lots of different experience with lots of different games, and there's plenty of games to work on and do things with. So I'm very, very happy in that regard. As far as things I dislike, I really, really hate the Betson people out here. They're like the main distributor for our video games for the American games. And they just are really, really poopy at trying to help us out. That is the most frustrating thing about this being transferred out here, in my opinion, is trying to get them to send me parts. Like, I will send them part orders, and they just won't fucking do it. Like, it's so weird. In Chicago, I don't have a problem. Like, I send in, part order forms. It gets ordered immediately. I get it in the day or 2. Out here, I'll send in the part orders. I don't get an email for 3 or 4 days. I have to keep spamming and asking what's the update on this. And then I'll get the part maybe a week or 2. That's really annoying, especially when you have 479 swipers on your game floor. It's pretty annoying. Cake from Space asks, what is your problem with crossovers? What is your problem for asking that question? No, but for serious, my problem with crossovers, I'm just fucking lazy. For real, that's really the reason. DJ ST2DX asks, what is your favorite Bamani game aside from DDR? Sound Voltex. That's the game I play more than DDR even. I play every single day I work. So 5 days a week, I will play 3 rounds, at least 15 rounds every single week of Sound Voltex after work. So that is my most played Bamani game. It is played more than Dance Dance Revolution at this point. Rion Chemo asks, what makes a step chart good or bad? Is it always determinant on the song? I don't know if I said that word right. What makes a step chart good or bad? That's a very interesting question. When I look at a Septar, I look at the flow and how it matches the song or what it adds to the song to make it more exciting. I know there's songs that have like a rhythm to it that doesn't go with the song, but it will make a rhythm to the song, and that's fun. There's ways that you can transform a song that I would have never have thought, and I think that will play into what can make a song good or bad. The flow is basically the big reason I will like or dislike a song. I really dislike songs that whore out crossovers and memorization. So songs like Chaos and AM3P Chaos Special, because they're both kind of crossovery. The first one really isn't crossovery. The fact that there's gimmicks behind it, or the fact that like it requires a particular skill set and being very, very fluent at that skill set, I don't like that aspect of it. I really do enjoy like the Max songs, for instance, because they're difficult in a way where it's fast, and that's pretty much all there is to it. I mean, there's a gimmick or two in there, but it's not like constantly gimmicky. But we're talking about a song like Chaos, where it's like 80 gimmicks in it. That's kind of where I lose out on the fun. It's fun like the first few times you pass it and people are like watching you and they're really excited. But beyond that, that's pretty much not for me. So that's kind of like where I'm at with everything. A lot of the stuff has to do with just flow, in my opinion. Kiernan Morris. Kiernan? Favorite music outside of Bamani, like favorite bands and whatnot. I don't know about you, but I don't actually listen to too much Bamani music outside of when I play the games. That's all I pretty much listen to, believe it or not. I really enjoy Bamani music. I really do. Bamani music is my jam. I bring the peanut butter and bread, and then we just smother that shit on there and make me some sandwiches. That's pretty much what goes on. I don't like literally listen to like the exact albums like that you would take from like the soundtracks of the games. I'll listen to like the full versions. Like I have a lot of reused soundtracks like Starlight and Moonlight. I really love those albums, and I listen to them all the freaking time when I'm in my car. Mayumi Morinaga, I love her. But I really do love Bamani music. That's kind of like where I go for the most part. But I also like Hardcore Tina C. I really love the Hardcore Syndrome albums. So anything that's like hardcore, Japanese hardcore, techno, happy hardcore, Japanese techno, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm all about like Japanese techno music for the most part. Also trance. I love trance music. A Green asks, "Hey Kon, what made Uni your favorite DDR character?" The true hair. That's it. And her black panties. She has black panties and they are beautiful. Oh my god, I would love to get in those panties. The Lowlife 101 asks the final question in this video. The rest of them are going to be answered in future videos because it is taking way too long to make this video. What is it like being in Texas? In fucking Texas. Texas is kind of interesting. I really don't know at this point. Like, in some ways, I do enjoy it. I like being close to round one, but it's only because my hotel is so close to round one. It's not like I'm living in an apartment and I had to find an apartment like to live in out here, where that would make it a little bit more difficult to get to work. So in that respect, I do enjoy being here. I like being close to work. But as far as everything else, I feel like there's not a lot for me to do out here. But then again, in Illinois, there wasn't a lot for me to do in Illinois either. I do want to go Six Flags out here, but I still haven't made that trip or that trek out to Arlington to go to Six Flags. I did check out the round one in Arlington, though, and that round one sucks. Other things, I really like the Texas barbecue, but I also miss things like Noodles and Company, Portillo's, Chicago-style pizza. The one thing I really dislike about Texas is not having access to those specific foods. But the Texas barbecue makes up for it a little bit. I really love Texas barbecue, and I will definitely go back to Hard Eights, or Hard Eight, whatever that company is called, that restaurant. I will definitely go back. I definitely am missing Illinois, I think, more than Texas. I actually just got back from Chicago. I took a short trip this past weekend back to Chicago, and the whole time all I was thinking about was staying in Chicago, not really coming back to Texas. So there's not much that I really enjoy out here per se. I'm sure if I really searched, I could find some things that would make me want to live out here a little bit more. But I feel like there's much more for me in Chicago, friends, family, just being closer to all that stuff. Like when I got really sick, like I didn't have anyone to take care of me, help me out, take me to a doctor or anything like that. I was all on my own, and that aspect of it sucked, being on my own when I was sick. But in some ways, being on your own is nice. You know, there's no one really pestering me. I can do kind of what I want. Of course, I have to be responsible with what I do. But beyond that, Texas is okay. Your highways suck, by the way. I mean, seriously, it makes no goddamn sense. And your right turns with the yielding is a little bit strange, let me just say. So that's gonna wrap up this video, the first Q&A AMA video. I'm gonna be making more throughout this week. I'm gonna try and answer as many questions as I can from that previous video and upload them for you guys to enjoy. But there you guys go. That is the first Q&A and AMA. And more to come, of course, as I said before, because I like repeating myself. And as always, please don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to me if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. My hair is super blue.